Houston, hello. Glad to have you with us at NRG Stadium as we are set to find out who will walk away with the trophy as champion of the TaxAct Texas Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Bearcats offense will start this game off. And when you have a quarterback like this guy, the entire offense feeds off of him, David.
Oh, everybody feeds off of his energy, and the whole playbook's open because you can trust on him. He's dependable, Palmer.
He's also one of those guys, if he gets in a good rhythm, watch out. This dude starts firing strikes.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The Bearcats want to move quickly. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon. You're seeing that here early.
And now on second down for this offense. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which score? More steak from Outback. It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its time.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. They'll throw it on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Dances away from the heat. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal. You knock it through the uprights. You've got the lead. Everything right now looking good.
The Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Might as well give it to him again. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years. The foundation, the running game.
Don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some bounds and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Quick pass on the jet motion. Headed to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tigers. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Moving out of the pocket. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The number 1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my number 1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
And the Bearcats will line up to punt it away. He's got great speed. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Dalton. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. So a little too much contact through the PI flag. They'll decline that one, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Quick pass on the fly motion. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
And as an offense, you've got an unconventional call. You're trying to get your receiver the ball using pre-snap motion. You've got to do a better job up front blocking. Couldn't get it done, and now it sets up fourth down.
Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we're getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David. Only able to muster 3 points in their previous.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Right? The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Sometimes you have to put it in a tight window, and sometimes the window is gargantuan, and it was there.
Yeah, that was one of them big old huge windows. And I tell you what, when you throw over the middle of the field, a lot of times quarterbacks are a little bit hesitant. When you're that open, it's easy to pull the trigger, easy to make the decision, make the read, get the ball to your receiver.
Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. Fires the pass, intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. The sure hands, it's Dalton.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Off play action. They're trying to get to it. Got out of trouble and throws. And the pass hits, picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Going up top on first down. Quick strike complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Bearcats will hustle to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man on the outside.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Give to the running back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Bearcats are on the move. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where.
Continues to fight for yards. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Buys a little time. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with him.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, that is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll bring it back. It's Pettis. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And the extra point is good. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 15, here's the return. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bearcats will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We are locked up to start the second half, and guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes that intensity really builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. 2 very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive, to start off the second half, David, they need to put something together and really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on fourth down, less to lose, not as uptight. So I look for this second half to be fun, to be wild, to be loose.
To the air on first down. Swings it out to the flat. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bond. Across the 25. He's got room. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. First snap in the red zone on this drive. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Moving away from pressure. Got it! Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point was good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Running behind that left side. Powers through the defender.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
The lone back's got it. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Bearcats will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with... And that, my friends, is getting the perfect bounce, the perfect punt, and the perfect roll. They'll have them locked down inside their own 5. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
With the catch, it's Dalton. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. He just can't take a play off. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense in Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that, too.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Fast motion from the offense. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Takes the easy one to the back. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you.
He lost one down the sideline. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Hand off from the shotgun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown LSU!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Quarterback moving. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. Got him downfield. Running toward the tape. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bearcats! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop.
LSU. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25. Give him 1. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Lofts one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is four-down territory. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the fourth, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
On second down, looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Finds a man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen.
Oh, looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
And the defense was not fooled on that third down. They were expecting that could be run. Linebackers doing a nice job. Downhill to stop that play.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And the returner will be brought down. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
They'll go to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The offense will use a timeout clock as stopped with 22 seconds left. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. Looking to throw for it. Coming after it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Bearcats line up to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Lost one deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it in stride inside the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like thickness.
He makes the connection. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Touchdown, Tigers! And they score first here in overtime. Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he's showing all of those attributes right there.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He wants to throw. It's complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Looking down the middle, and they can't make the play on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. It's incomplete, and that's going to do it. A fourth down stop seals it in overtime. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away here, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, David.
Great. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer.